Oh God, can't you do something? Is something wrong, Mother? I don't see you in the house. I'm at the cafe right now, taking a break. Harry's crying so loud that I can't sleep every night. But it's not like he's crying all night long. Once I wake up because of him, I can't go back to sleep. When I'm at home, I hear Harry's voice in my ears and it depresses me. So I go outside for a break. But he's a baby. The doctor says that crying at night is only temporary. I think... yes? I think a child who cries a lot at night is dumb. Excuse me? I don't think he has a future. Well, what do you mean? Well, from the time John was born, he was a child who never bothered the parents. He didn't cry at night. He was really a good child. I see. That's why he became an elite employee of a major company. Harry, on the other hand, is just an idiot. Please don't speak like that. Crying night after night, wasting his energy. It's a sign that he's not very smart. He'll never be an elite like John. He's still an infant, you know. Who knows what the future will be? I do know. He has no future if he's so noisy at this point. Please don't be so judgmental. I think every child has a potential for their future. Impossible, because he doesn't resemble John at all. He looks like an idiot. His face will change in the future. He's your grandson too, isn't he? That's it. It makes me sad to think of him as my grandson. John was even cuter when he was born. Harry has a monkey face. I mean, he's more like an alien. Isn't that a little too much? John was saying the same thing. People said he'll look cute when he's born. But he doesn't agree at all. He said that? I think it's understandable of what he said. He cries all the time. It's so depressing. John doesn't take care of the baby. He doesn't even care or hold the baby in his arm when he's crying. Of course he doesn't. John says he doesn't think the baby is his. Don't tell me I'm cheating on him. Well, he seems to be suspecting. That's awful. But I denied to him. You did? I can't believe you are on my side. I'm surprised. Who in the world would take an ugly woman like you? What? No man would want to have an affair with you. But I'm your son's wife. That's right. That's what I've always wondered. I never knew my son had a taste for ghettos. When he brought you home, I thought he went crazy. I think ghetto is a bit of an exaggeration. You were so ugly, I lost my words. I had no idea what was so good about you. He tried to get close to me quite enthusiastically, though. That's why I asked him the reason. What in the world did he like about you? And then he said he had just lost himself. What? He was depressed because he made a mistake at work. You're ugly, but you are the president's secretary. Also, the executives looked up to you. He thought he could cover his mistake if he took you as his wife. I can't believe it. He's smart, isn't he? I don't think so. You thought you could get in because he doesn't have a father, right? Did you want to take our money? I have no idea what you're talking about. He was also saying that he regrets now. He should have chosen a wife based on her face. He was disappointed when he saw the baby's face. Poor John. I can't believe he was feeling that way. You're so blunt. You didn't notice unless I told you. Right, I've never thought like that. From tonight, go sleep outside with Harry. Just the thought of your presence will make me have sleep deprivation. Understood? I can't stand anymore. Eileen, you're ignoring what I said. What's your deal? What do you mean? You sleep in the house every night. I told you to go sleep out at night. You are serious about that? Of course I was. But it's in the midwinter right now. It's impossible to stay out all night with a baby at the time of the year. I don't care if it's just me, but what if something happens to the baby? I don't care. I mean, I don't see him as my grandchild. I don't even love him, so I don't care. You don't care? You hate Harry that much? I hate him so much. I don't want to see you and Harry. I don't want a grandson who cries at night. Get out. Understood. Then I'll divorce. Oh, you learn fast. I don't want to stay in this house by hearing what you've told me. I think it will only hurt my child when he grows up. I can't even predict what you will say to us. I'm telling you, we're not going to give you child support or share the property or anything. It's not like he had an affair. I don't need any of that. That's fine, but you seem so greedy. I don't know what you'll say. I don't want anything from you too. I'd rather don't get involved from now on. What's up with you? What is wrong with that cocky attitude? Do you think I can speak kindly to you when you disrespect my child so much? I'm trying my best to be patient. What? Who do you think you are? But thank God, if you will take the child and leave, I'll be able to get a new beautiful wife. I'm sure we'll have lovely grandchildren this time. I hope so. Of course it will happen. There is a wife who suits to him more than you. Just sign the paper and get out of here. Okay, understood. It's going to be tough. You have no one to rely on. Are you two going to be homeless now? I can take care of myself. I should have kicked you out a long time ago. Then I wouldn't have lost so much sleep. Mother, you keep telling me about baby crying at night, even while the house next door was under construction. You didn't mind taking a nap, did you? Did you really wake up to Harry's crying? I'm telling you because I was woken up. I have better ears than most people, and they're very sensitive. You pretend not to hear the things which are inconvenient for you. Shut up! It doesn't matter anymore. You and your son are complete strangers from now on. I'm not going to pay child support for a child. I don't even know if he's John's or not. Isn't it father's duty to pay child support? Look at you! I knew you were just after money. That doesn't make sense. It's the child's right and for the child's sake. I think it's important for a child to feel that their father did something for him. I don't consider your child as my grandchild. If he's not my grandchild, then he's not John's child either. There's no right to owe you money for such a child. So that's that. Strike while the iron is hot. What do you mean? I want you to get out before I get home. I'll feel better going back to a home without you. Fine. Oh, and make sure you turn in the papers. and stay the hell out of our lives. Bye-bye. Kathy, it's been a while. How have you been? Miss Audrey. Who are you? You forgot? We lived together for 2 years as a parent and daughter. A parent and daughter. I'm even more confused. My parents passed away many years ago. Are you joking, Kathy? No, I really have no idea. Then, would it help you if I tell you I'm John's mother? Or that I'm Harry's grandmother? Huh? Now you remember. Are you telling me you're Audrey, the John's mother? Yes, your mother-in-law, Audrey. How in the world? Besides, you're not my mother-in-law anymore. It's been a long time, 15 years? I'm glad to see you're doing well. What can I do for you? Is something wrong with John by any chance? John is doing fine. Okay. What, you still have feelings towards him? Not at all. I mean, he's still related to Harry by blood. I just wondered if you called me because of something. I called you because I was worried about how you were doing. Even though you didn't call me for 15 years? You know, there's some time that reminds you. I was just wondering how you were doing. We're fine, but I don't think it has nothing to do with you anymore. After all, we haven't received a penny of child support from you. Harry is already 15, right? There's no point in talking about child support now. Child support lasts until the child reaches 18. Well, I don't think I'd like to receive it now anyway. I mean, we had a promise not to get involved anymore, right? That's not how it works now. What do you mean? Because Harry is my adorable grandchild. Huh? My sweet grandson who shares my blood. What are you talking about at this point? At that time, you said you couldn't believe he was your grandson. You said so yourself that you didn't think he was cute at all, didn't you? That was that. Things has changed since he was a baby, right? You said you don't consider him as a grandchild, so you don't have to pay child support. That's what you told John too. So, instead of the child support, I decided to take him in. Excuse me? You don't have a problem with that, do you? I have nothing but complaints. I don't even understand what you mean. Harry is our precious child. Give me back my grandson now. Are you kidding me? I'm serious. What's wrong with me taking my grandson? How can you say like that after not hearing from you for 15 years? No matter how many years have passed, he's still my grandson. It's normal to feel to take him back, isn't it? I have no intention of giving you my son. I knew it. What do you mean you knew it? His money is the reason you're not giving him away. Money? Don't be stupid. I heard he's a genius gamer. Now he's making a lot of money by developing his own games. John said it was on the news online. Now I see. Is that why you suddenly called me and said you want to take Harry in? He's John's son after all. He's a good boy, just like John. He grew up in a single-parent family, so he was often left alone. While he was waiting for me, he would play games. And he started making his own games. And I posted them on the internet. He was getting reputations before we noticed. My grandson is making a lot of money. Of course we are entitled to that income, aren't we? What in the world are you saying? You do not have that right. Besides, we're strangers now. Don't get involved with us. Wasn't it you who said that? I told you things are different now.
Harry has proved to himself that he's John's son.
I wanted to admit that he is my grandson.
What do you mean by that?
He's been said that he's a genius.
That fact proves that he has John's blood.
What a convenient interpretation. Besides, there's no need of your approval.
You're trying to monopolize Harry's earnings.
That's not going to happen. All the money he earns belongs to him. I won't spend a single penny of it. He's still going to high school and college. That's why I'm telling you I'll take good care of him. No, thank you. How dare you say such a thing? You called me because you heard that he was earning money? I can't believe it. I thought I'd set you free. You might still get married in the future. If that happens, it will be better for you not to have a child, right?
Enough! Harry doesn't even know your faces.
But I'm still his grandmother. You'll get to know me easily when we meet each other. That's impossible. How can he consider you as a family when you've neglected him all this time? He's my grandchild. Give him back now. Absolutely not. I mean, it's true what people say about poverty and greed, isn't it? I never thought you'd say such things. Don't be rude. It's not like... Do you think I don't know anything?
You're shutting in yourself with John, aren't you?
How do you know? I bumped into someone from my old company the other day.
I heard John kept making mistakes at work and finally everyone gave up on him.
Then he quit the job and shut it himself in.
And then you heard about Harry's story and decided to live off the income?
That's quite insane, isn't it? It wasn't a big mistake. People around him took it as a big deal. That's why he had a hard time going to work.
By the way, Audrey, when John married me, you said he made a mistake and were depressed, right?
Back then, I didn't say anything about it, but since now is the right time, I'll say it out loud. What?
John was not an excellent employee at all. I didn't tell you because you believed he was an elite.
What do you mean?
John was an incompetent employee.
Huh? I was the president's secretary before we got married. I was surrounded by many ambitious people.
I was tired of being around that kind of people. John didn't seem to be 100% successful person, but I was okay with it.
That's why I got married.
Are you saying that John is incompetent?
That's right. He was depressed because of a mistake. He was making mistakes every day.
So, even if Harry is John's child, they don't resemble each other at all.
You assured us that they don't look alike, didn't you? That was...
I should also mention that the game that Harry came up with...
It's produced and developed by our company, so... Our company? You work for a game company?
I mean, I owe a company.
I started my own game company 10 years ago. What? Are you the president? Yes, I am. I'm blessed with good people, and our business is growing steadily.
Harry is also the creator of our company.
That doesn't mean I'm spoiling him, but you are the president? Oh, and another rumor. What else is left?
About John.
After we got divorced, he went on a number of blind dates. But nothing got matched, right? I'm sorry to hear that. You didn't get a pretty bride. That's... Of course not. No one would want to marry someone who is so unreliable and has nothing willing to do. It was a big mistake for me to marry someone I knew was incompetent. That's what you call losing mind. That's too much of you to say. You must have raised him in the wrong way. I'm glad I divorced and left that house.
Otherwise, my son would have ended up like John. John is Harry's father.
You could have helped me at least a little. He hasn't done a single thing for him like a father. He has no right to call himself a father now. If you ever say anything like this again, I'll make a game based on you.
Audrey.
Like what?
A monster that thinks its incompetent son is an elite and treats its grandson like he's an obstacle.
Ending up trying to take the advantage of its grandson as soon as it finds out he made money. Would it be fun to draw the end result of the greedy monster in a comical way? I'll make it so that you'll know who the model is. If you do that, I'll lose my face. How rude! Then don't ever reach me again. Do you understand? Okay, I won't reach you again. Are you sure? Promise me. If you break your promise, you know what will happen. I'm sorry, please forgive me.
I will never see you again.
I was pissed off of how much she was being so selfish. Perhaps being surprised of my attitude, she never reached me again. But few months later, I happened to see her working part-time at a supermarket. I didn't recognize her for a moment because she looked so old. She had lost a lot of weight, dressed in a dirty outfit, and looked very shabby.
I'm sure she's still supporting John, who's stuck in a house.
My company's sales are increasing steadily,
and Harry seems to be enjoying creating games every day.
I will continue to do my best in raising my child and work.